Sorry, waiting for Mr. Skurpon to join. He's joined via Zoom. I guess at this time, I'd like to recognize any resident or taxpayer in this area, school district wishing to address the board about title programming or any other matter of concern or interest properly raised in public session. All right. Okay. All right. So with that, I'd like to do a consent agenda for number 1, the minutes, number 2, operations, including conference requests, field trip requests, affiliation agreement between the Sarah School Board and the Robert Packer Hospital, a memorandum of understanding between the Bradford Sullivan Susquehanna Tioga Area Agency on Aging, foster a grandparent program in the Sarah School District, a letter of agreement with Bradford Sullivan Drug and Alcohol, volunteers, athletics and recreation, finance, including transfers, treasurer's report, and tax report proposals, personnel, including resignation, except for number 1B. There was a recommendation for the board to approve the resignation of Ms. Ann Sharma. That's to be tabled. 2 for support staff substitutes in policy review. Parts A through E. And that's consent agenda.
Move for approval.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the agenda? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you. For section 3, bills. I'd like to recommend the bills for payment listed in Exhibit F. Motion. So I have a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion on the bills? Have a roll call, please.
Begin with Mrs. Egan.
Yes, except I abstain on the vote, please.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Clement?
Yes.
Ms. Riley?
Yes.
Mr. Sturcon?
Yes.
Mr. Kuchini?
Yes. Thank you very much. So section 4, discussion. I know the one item for discussion that we had was about alerta, which is short for, I should have had that written out, but it's the proposal from Chris
The local-
Brown.
It's the local economic revitalization tax.
Abatement?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I guess the only discussion point we have is, you know, it appears the majority of us, I don't want to speak for everybody, if anybody has a different opinion, let me know, but we're in support of this abatement, but we want to hear from the Sarah Borough as to what boundaries are going to be set before we vote on it. So, does anybody else have any further discussion? Or they'd like to add?
I do think the borough has a meeting coming up in the next week or so we should be back.
I think we also need to have some guidelines of exactly how it works to, you know, all the rules. I know we had that presentation, but we haven't really got a final document, so this is how it works, what we have to do. So, I think it's just clear. Once Sarah Borough does the boundaries, and we can get them from Mr. Brown's, should be
Some actual details.
detail.
Yeah.
So I will ask him to provide us with guidelines on how the tax assistance program works.
Anyone else? Does anybody have anything else they would like to discuss? Stefan? I know Dr. Delozio was telling us earlier that Athens had a meeting, so we won't hear from them about what we sent to them until after they had their meeting. They canceled their last week's meeting. So.
So Mr. Caprini, I do know they have a meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
So scheduled tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll hear from them in a couple days.
All right, so for upcoming committee meetings, we have a community relation wellness meeting at 5:30 in the administrative conference room on September 20th, 2022. With that, principals reports. We'll start with Mrs. Morel.
Good evening, everyone. You could have voted no for Mrs. Paul to leave my office. She's been a great help and will be sorely missed, so we wish her well in her future endeavors. Our enrollment currently is the same as it was when I reported last. There are 470 students, with 4 of them being solo students. I talked with Mrs. Edgerton today, and they're all progressing very well and are on track for this marking period, so we're pleased with their progress. An update on the backpack program. As of today, we have 164 students now enrolled in that program. That's up from 128 from last month. I'd like to thank the PTG for their great turnout. They were very instrumental in helping us get through some field trips funding this school year, so we're thankful for them. Our book fair was a great success, so thank you for all the volunteers that came out and helped us with that. Falling Into Fun is scheduled for October 1st from 10 to 2 at Satterley Creek Environmental Center. Mrs. Agnew, if I'm stealing some of your thunder, just let me know. You want me to continue? Okay.
You're good, go ahead.
So Falling Into Fun again will continue. We are having again our apple baking contest, so whip up something that has an apple theme that will be judged the afternoon. Prizes will be awarded for first, second, and third places. We're having a pumpkin painting table station for kids along with face painting. We'll have some lunchtime treats of hamburgers, chips, and some water available, so please feel free to stop up. We also have a stream study, nature walk, and shelter building contest scheduled for that day for the kids that show up. We also have a few various animals that will be making a trip up to visit us that day, so we're very excited for all of those things to occur, and we're hoping for some good weather on that day. So again, 10 to 2, Satterley Creek Environmental Center. Please come up and feel free to join us. And one last thing, our Too Good for Drugs program has started in the elementary school again this school year. So that program will rotate through 4 of our grade levels, grades 3 through 6 this school year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Morel.
You're welcome.
Ms. Seeley.
Good evening. So we've got a lot going on here at the high school. Today we had a professional development session. So the 2 sessions that high school teachers participated in were student performance measures, and then we also had a dual enrollment and elective discussion. So student performance measures have taken the place of SLOs, which were student learning objectives, which were previously required by PDE. Now it's the SPM. So all tenured teachers and non-teaching professionals have to complete an SPM. So they had time today to brainstorm and create their action plan for this for the year. We also had a discussion and brainstorming session on possible electives and ideas for dual enrollment classes for the future. We continue to have social emotional wellness time that's built into our schedule each day here at the high school. It's the first 15 minutes of the day in homeroom. Students participate in proactive circles with their teachers, or they view short videos on Move This World and then discuss the topics. Some examples I heard the other day going through the hallway, stress management is one of the ones at the beginning of the school year. Gaming and floor hockey club have started. The band performed for their first time tonight at the JV football game. They sounded really good. They had a senior recognition out there before the game for the players, the cheerleaders, and band members that are in the senior class. Students in 7th and 8th grade have been enjoying the nice weather by going outside pretty much every day for their activity period after lunch, other than those few rainy days we had. Academic success has also started each day after school from 3:30 to 4:30. We've had a handful of kids participate. Your student, if they have not done that yet, can sign up to have time with a teacher to complete schoolwork and study for exams. And I just want to give a thank you to all the teaching staff. It's hard to believe, but we're a month in already from our first day of school. All the teachers are working really tirelessly, and they're being very positive about all of the things going on here at the school. It's busy. And they're, making connections with kids, communicating with families, delivering instruction. All the while they're, taking on added duties like being a teacher mentor, being a class advisor, being a club advisor. So thank you to all of them for all their hard work. That's all I've got.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ely. Dr. Teacher?
Hello, everyone. Okay, so for my student services update, I just wanted to give you an idea of the number of identified students in each round, in each area. So for our English as a second language, or ESL students, during last school year, we had 9 students identified. Currently, we have 13 students identified, with 3 still needing to be screened. So we have 30 days from the start of the school year in order to determine eligibility. For 504 students, we currently have about 44 students, and that's remained relatively consistent over the last few years. So students with a 504 service agreement have a medical condition that impacts them in the educational setting. So really, they just need some minor accommodations to be successful in general ed. For our special education numbers, during the previous school year, last school year, we reported 189 students, and now we are currently serving 178 students. So a little bit of a decrease there, which is a good thing. It's a positive thing. For grants, we just applied for the multi-tiered systems of support grant through Patton. So we actually filled out 1 application for each building. So 1 for Snyder and then 1 for the high school. So hopefully that will provide us with some additional funding and support in both locations to serve both students with academic and behavioral needs. And then last but not least, 21st Century, the after-school program is up and running. We have about 50 students enrolled currently, but there's still room for more. So if you have any interested families or students that need a little bit of extra support or enriching, please feel free to contact Christy Zimmer in the business office. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Teacher. NTCC report, Mr. Cole.
Wow, that's quick. Just want to pass along that the current enrollment down there is now 462. But when I reported back in August, we had about 485, so they lost about 23 students. But, that's normal for a school to lose, approximately about 20 students there. Although the kids in Sayre are at 33, nobody left, so like I said, we've got a good contingency of Sayre students still down at the Career Center. And also the practical nursing program has 34 students down there, which is a good boost, and 20 of them are coming from the Guthrie Healthcare Institute. So that's another good plus, especially, now that they'll be moving on with LPNs and also with CNA programs and stuff, so they can get certified. There's plenty of jobs out there for sure. And other than that, everything seems to be going along well. All the current renovations have been done and the improvements are all done. So that's a quick report from the Career Center.
How about PSBA?
Okay, got a little bit of information here for you. First of all, if those that are involved with the curriculum committees, you might want to take a look at that current PSBA bulletin for September and October. There's a lot of things in there in regards to the STEM and STEAM programs. Plus, they also describe some of the changes that they are making in the science curriculum in the state. So, and how they're going to be moving forward with that. So, some good articles in there. The PASA PSBA conference, the classes and sessions are all set for down there. And that's at Kalahari, so I want to make note of that. And also, there is going to be a session, I want to emphasize, on PSERS to take place. And Stacy Garrity the Pennsylvania State Treasurer and the SARE graduate will be conducting that session, so I wanted to pass that along. And also, I will be in Mechanicsburg working on the principles of governance and leadership, and we'll probably see some modifications there by 2023. And also, if we could get a vote, let's see, at our regular meeting in October for the officers, I'll send those along to you folks too. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Thank you, Mr. Petrini.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cole. Last report, Ms. Sagman.
I have nothing. We meet this Wednesday.
Anything else from Sagman that was relevant?
No, I think we're all covered because that's the biggest thing right now is the Fallen is a fun event. So I think she covered it all. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's all.
I have nothing to report this time, so Dr. Delosio?
Great, so I have two things I have on my list. I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Cameron King, our band director. The band sounded wonderful tonight. I was able to get out there before executive session and hear them perform for the first time. So Mrs. Ely had shared that. I wanted to share that as well. And then just to follow up with Mr. Cole's report at the NTCC, when I was there last week for the meeting with the superintendents, we toured the new facility for the new early childhood program that they've added this year. It's a fantastic setting that they have. They have both a classroom setting for the students as well as what's turning into a classroom for early childhood for pre-K, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds, that they're setting it up and we have students in both the AM and the PM classes. So the chairs were quite low to the ground, but
They dared me to sit in one, but no, can't do that.
yeah. That's it. That's all I have. It's a great program.
Does anyone have anything else for the good of the order? Mr. Skirpon, anything? No?
Move for adjournment.
So I got a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?